Hello and welcome to The Hero's Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind a forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of February 13th, 2023, a bomb drop of 1998. She has a clinging boomerang who is a low-energy wallower. We talked about this situation. This was number 5 on Facebook Live last Thursday, and she has a few more questions. So she says, can you just provide some more information? First question was, does it mean anything that he still wears his wedding band? Then she says she created an apology jump, as I recommended, and she will try that, though he sometimes asks to talk, but then he doesn't show up. So that she hasn't done that yet, but she's created the apology dump. Good for you. And then what you could do right now is practice it in front of the mirror. That's what I always do. He's been pursuing a relationship with our adult daughter. Our son responds to texts, but our daughter won't respond. He's begged and pleaded and even shared that he had a few very rough days, which I interpreted as suicidal. She sees it as bait and manipulation and doesn't respond. Could this be hurting or helping his crisis? In the last episode on Thursday, you mentioned that they returned to the people they withdrew from in the opposite order. Could he be trying to heal a relationship with her? I'm hopeful I'm right and that I'm next. Okay, first thing, let's go over a few things. Doesn't mean anything that he still wears his wedding ring. Well, he's a clinging boomerang. Okay, so yes, but I don't want you to go reading everything into that, okay? Because your situation is still new. You are a year and a half in, if it's February of last year. And we are now at, tomorrow is exactly 18 months. Okay. So don't read too much into that. But yeah, he's wearing his wedding band. He doesn't want a divorce. That's great. But he has a long way to go. It's 18 months is the first part where I'll say, oh, they might be leaving, escape, and avoid. But I'm not going to put an expectation on that or even consider that it is. That's the early time when most of them aren't really leaving that. Okay. So, given that, it's great news that he is wearing his wedding ring. Don't ask him about it. Don't bring it up. If he says something, okay, say, that's wonderful, honey. I'm glad you're wearing it. We're married. I love you. Just be reassuring about it. Okay. Next, the daughter and the returning in opposite order. Your daughter's right. Your daughter is right to be wary. And could this be hurting or helping his crisis? I want you to be very careful with that kind of concern, because that kind of concern makes me concerned that you could verge on enabling behaviors with him. Because, yeah, it could be hurting or helping his crisis, and we can't be concerned with managing his crisis because it's his crisis. And it's not hers to manage. It's not her responsibility to pull him through it if she does something that messes him up. It's just not. And it's not for her to say, well, it's my fault that he's now no longer coming home because I said something nasty to him. And because I told him the truth. And, he was being mean and nasty. And I said he was being a terrible husband to you. And your daughter's right if she said those things, even though it might have sent him over the edge. And that's sad, even though she's right. And even if she pushed him, but we can't put the burden onto her type of thing. So we want to be really careful that we don't put that kind of burden on our children, even though they're adults. So she is very right to say, she sees it as bait and manipulation, and it may very well be. It may be unintentional bait and manipulation, and still could be bait and manipulation. Be wary of those things. He could be testing the waters, but here's the thing is, because of MLC or cycling, he could be trying to reconnect and still go back in and then reconnect. And that's why it feels like bait and manipulation, even though I don't get it. He says, I meant it. But then he changed his mind, and it felt like a bait and switch. But he changed his mind. And then she's like, well, he was manipulating me. No, I wasn't. I meant it when I said it. Why don't people believe me? Well, the reason they don't believe you is because 24 hours later, that's what it was with my husband, 24 hours later, he changed his mind again. ML Sears cycle. And so trust is earned through consistent behavior over time. And time is months and months and years. Not consistent behavior over 10 minutes. And they don't get that. They think that, well, I tell you this now, and I mean it now. Why shouldn't you believe me? So, sure, she could, come in and text him back, but there still might be another betrayal tomorrow. So when is she going to put her heart out? And she has to be very careful. Okay. Could this be him trying to heal a relationship with her? It could very well be that. But that doesn't mean he is ready for it. But at the same time, touch and goes and reconnecting, and in my view, touch and goes and reconnecting are in some ways parts of the same thing. It's just a reconnection lasts longer. Reconnection is a touch and go that touches without going. Or without going as quickly. So they may last longer, but they may still not quite be ready. You practice and you practice. And then this is the MLC are trying to reintegrate again. But they still find pieces of themselves that aren't quite ready, and then they withdraw. They still need to withdraw. And we need to be at a place where we accept and understand that. So could he be trying to heal a relationship with her? Here's what a thing is. I'm hopeful, I'm right, and then I'm next. That's where I want you to take that away. Hope is a great thing, okay? But I'm more concerned that when you say hopeful, there's an expectation in there. And I want that gone. I don't want you to be so hopeful that there's this expectation with that hope. Because I'm reading expectation. I'm reading that, oh, yay. Oh, I think he's getting ready. Oh, yay. It has only been 18 months in something that is 3 to 7 years. And 3 is the earliest, okay? And you are half to that. And 3 is the earliest. When I say the earliest, most of them are not 3 years. Most of them are not 3 years. If yours were 3 years, he's still only halfway to that. Okay? And so that's why I'm saying that hope is too early. And so I want you to keep it down. Keep it a little bit and keep working. Okay? Yes, the hope is great, but take the expectation and put it further out. Okay? I don't mean that as bad news. Reconnecting, all of these things take a lot longer, okay, than the 18 months that it has been. You have good things that you can reconnect when you are with children. You can reconnect, but those reconnections are probably not going to be lasting reconnections. They are not going to be things that stick for a while. They're going to be back and forths, okay? So I want you to hold on to that and understand the process of a midlife crisis, so that it takes a little longer than this, okay? I hope this is helpful, and I will see everybody in the next question.